Bloxburg is getting boring. I said it. I know a lot of you guys probably agree with me, and this is something that's been on my mind for a long time. It just feels like whenever I log into the game, it's me doing the same thing over and over again, working, building, deleting the build, the basic 3 things. And in no way am I trying to bash the creator of this game. Like, we love Bloxburg. That's obvious. I mean, I'm a Bloxburg YouTuber, but that doesn't mean I have critiques for this game. Like, it needs to update more. I'm kind of getting bored of these small little basic updates that really don't add much to the game. And I feel like we need some substance. We need something to work with. And I know you guys agree with me because I asked you guys what you would want added into Bloxburg today, and you guys let me know some things, some updates you want to see. So I will be reading those off today. Let's get started. So getting straight to the point, the first thing I would love to see in Bloxburg is a gallery. If you've never played The Sims 4 before, they have a feature where anybody can upload their build to this thing called the gallery, and that means that anyone playing The Sims 4 can go to the gallery and download that exact build and have it in their game. Now, I think we could totally do that in Bloxburg. Like, I could upload this exact build, put it on this gallery, and then you guys who are fans of this build for whatever reason could download it, pay the amount of money that it requires, and boom, now you have this ugly build on your plot. I think this would take a lot of programming, but it would add a great feature because it would really encourage people to build so their builds get downloaded. And then maybe on top of that, you could make a % of the commission. So if your house goes for 1 million, you could make 1% of that, and that is what? $10,000. And then YouTubers who do speed builds could easily link like their build in the description, and then anyone could just download it instead of having to rebuild the whole thing from scratch. And then on top of that, I could delete my builds from my plot and get my money back, and if I ever wanted my build in the future, I could just re-download it. So that was my first idea. This is just scratching the surface. My second one is a custom color wheel, and I know so many people want this. Basically, you can use whatever color you want. That's not just a specific game color. The next one is plot themes. Now stick with me here because I've never really heard anyone have this idea before. Behind me I have my Starbucks plot, which I built in a video, and basically it's just a cafe. Now what if you had the option to classify your Bloxburg plot as a cafe or a restaurant or a flower shop? So instead of your mailbox saying Simply Bubbly's plot or house, it would say Simply Bubbly's flower shop. And then on top of that, when you load it into Bloxburg, on the home screen where it says play, neighborhood, settings, on this side it could say how many flower shops were in that server, how many restaurants were in that server, if any, and that way when people join a Bloxburg game, they have an idea of how many of those plots are in the server. This way it encourages more people to have like family-owned businesses. That way we don't have to go to town and do the usual boring going to the Pizza Planet, going to the grocery store, because we've all done that a million times. And I think this would encourage people to make more cafes and restaurants. Hopefully that made sense. It really wouldn't be adding a lot except just adding a title to what your plot is and making it official. This next one I know a lot of people want, but more plots for people to load into. I would love to see the server list expand more so more people can play at once. That's not a neighborhood server. There's so much just empty grass everywhere that I feel like could use some plots and some buildings. On top of that, if we had a game pass where you could have like special plots, like a plot right next to the ocean, or plots like in the mountains that are like cool and fancy and chic, and if we bought that game pass and loaded into a server, we could load up on that plot. Something I know would make the game more challenging and add meaning to Bloxburg is the ability to not be able to cook unless you have the certain ingredients you need. That way you have to go to the grocery store, buy like apples for apple pie, and then you can come back home and actually cook that. And it could be very basic items, like they could add flour to the game, and if you wanted to make pancakes, you would just have to go buy flour. And then you could also stock up your fridge with these items. That way you wouldn't have to go back a lot. I know some people might not like this, so I think it would be great if there was an option to do it and it wasn't necessary. Like you could toggle the feature in settings, that way not everyone is forced to do it. But I know I would love that because the grocery store is pretty pointless right now, unless you want to go buy some chips or something. This next one is a little businessy, it's a little adult-like, and I'm not sure if everyone would understand this well, but a bank where you could store your money and then your money gains more money over time. I don't know if any of my fans have money in banks or anything like that. But sometimes you can put your money in something called a money market, and then over time the bank gives you a little bit of money for having your money stored there, basically. Here I am literally giving some lesson about how banks work. What am I doing? This is a Bloxburg channel. Nonetheless, I think it would be really cool if I could go to a bank in Bloxburg and put like half of my 7.6 million away and then gain interest, basically more money from that. And that way you could store your money in 2 different places just in case you went broke, and you could go to the bank and be like, oh wait, I have 10 grand right here. Let me just go take that out. A post office. I feel like I'm just trying to add like real life into Bloxburg, but I think it would be so sick if we had a little post office where you would go and write a letter, and then the next day, like your friend logged into Bloxburg and they went to their mailbox and the letter would be there. That would give more meaning to the mailboxes, and then also you can make a job out of the post office and do something similar to the pizza deliverer where you drive around and deliver mail. So more jobs, a cool feature to interact with friends, and you would make more out of this post box. Post box? Post? Mailbox. Plus a new building in Bloxburg, which we desperately need. This next one's really random, but I think this could be really cool, is if we had mannequins in Bloxburg. So you could go into build mode, select the mannequin, and then come out of build mode, go to the mannequin, and basically dress it up using some type of feature where you could add clothes from the Roblox catalog or items from the Roblox catalog, and basically make outfits where your friend could walk up to it, press E, and put on that outfit. I think this could be really cute for sharing outfit ideas with friends, and then you could also start a clothing shop and charge people for it. I would really appreciate this because sometimes when I'm filming videos with friends and I need them to dress up a certain way, I have to tell them the certain outfits they should wear and give them all the specific outfits one by one. This next one would be very minor, but I think could be super cute, is just family roles. Instead of just being all in one family, you would say, I am the sister, or I am the brother, and it would be displayed above your username. So this person named Lloyd would say like Sister Lloyd or something, or Brother Lloyd, or Mother Lloyd, and you could only see them if you are in the same family as them. Because sometimes families get so big in Bloxburg that you're like, wait, are you my niece? Like, what are you? But I already know people would be fighting over, I want to be the sister, I want to be the sister. Okay, I just bought a new plot for this and wasted 300 Bloxbucks, but this is just to show you guys my new idea. We all agree that the starter home is disgusting. Like, it is outdated, it's ugly. There's so many videos on YouTube about renovating the starter house. I mean, I've done that twice already. And the rest of these aren't too cute either. I'm sorry to the people who built these. Like, Mike Dopt, I'm so sorry. I probably said your name wrong, and I'm not gonna lie, the house isn't that cute. But that's because they were probably built before 2018, so I get it. I would love if Coeptus updated these houses to be more modern and aesthetic, and on top of that, if he had Bloxburg YouTubers and really talented builders make the houses for him. For example, another Sims 4 reference is in the Sims 4 when they have new expansion packs and drop new houses, now they've been having YouTubers and talented builders build the base game houses. If you play Sims, it makes sense. And I think Coeptus could do the same thing, like he could hire me to make a new starter home, and I promise you I could make it cuter than this. I'm not that great of a builder though, so please don't hire me. I'm just the idea person. The last few things I would like added are just little tiny items I think would be cute in the build catalog. Number one would be a dollhouse for kids. Somebody recommended this and I thought it was such a cute idea. A lot of people make custom doll houses, but you have to be a very talented builder to do that. So if they just had a pre-built dollhouse that people could use, that would be super cute. Also, what the heck is happening right here? Another item for kids would be a race car bed, because those are super cute and iconic and I just love those. Speaking of cars, since someone just drove onto my plot, I would love to see a truck be added into this game, because we have old-fashioned cars like this. We have toddler cars, for goodness sakes, but we don't even have a truck yet, and it would be great if people could sit in the back, the bed of the truck, like the very back. That way you could fit a lot of friends in it. Basically a limo, but you know, country version. Basically I want an F-150 added into Bloxburg. And last but not least, someone recommended this one too, but wall vines. Similar to how in build mode we have like the fairy lights and the stringed lights that we can like customly place. Basically like this, where we have these garlands we could place, except it would be like vines and leaves, because right now if I want to make leaves, it's super duper difficult. Like sometimes I use this, but it's really ugly, and I think that would be great to add because aesthetic builders would love that. They would die for that, and I know I would personally play Bloxburg a lot more if we had that in game. that is it for my list of things I would love to be added into Bloxburg. Of course, I'm gonna repeat this again. This is in no way hate towards Queptis or any developers of this game. We know that you are busy, and we know there must be some reason that the game doesn't get a lot of updates. This is just ideas and a few things that I think a lot of us would enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Leave a like and subscribe for more, and I will see y'all later. Bye, my beautiful bubbles! Oh, and don't forget, please leave me some more ideas of things you want added into the game down below in the comments.